What's going on, everybody? Just me here in front of the computer right now. And right now I'm reading about the actions of a very well-known Detroit public figure, a man I used to listen to on Sunday nights. When he had a radio show of his own on one of the local radio stations back in Detroit. He was also a former newscaster, news anchor, and journalist at one of the local TV stations, Fox affiliated. The man I'm speaking of is Charles Pugh, P-U-G-H. I had a lot of admiration for this guy. As I said, I used to watch him on the TV stations in the afternoon when he gave his reports and when he filled in his anchor at times. I used to listen to him on the one of the stations in Detroit. He was part of a morning program, and sometimes he would often give the news out and weather reports at times as well during station music breaks and that. He also, as I mentioned, had a radio show which was about 7 p.m. on Sunday nights called That's What's Up. I used to listen to that a lot. Topics would range from what's going on within Detroit business, politics, entertainment, pop culture, or what's going on within Hollywood and elsewhere. Basically, you name it, you know. And I was very surprised, you know, to find out that he was now elected to city council president. In fact, here's something else. He was also the first official LGBT elected official to take that seat. He was an openly gay man. You know, he got himself one of the highest seats in the city of Detroit, next to being mayor. He was basically elected in 2009. He served as president from 2010 to about 2013 when he was when he resigned from that position. I guess basically what it was is that Ken Cockrell Jr., who was served as both fill-in mayor and president of the council, made note of Pugh's recent attendance problems. He'd been tardy a few times there, noting that the then council president had missed 4 meetings in a row, and at the end of that meeting, Gary Brown, the former police officer, who was at that time the council's president pro tempore, I guess that's how it's pronounced, and often presided over the council in the absence of Pugh, told his colleagues that Pugh had requested a 4-week absence as sick leave. Now, later that day, emergency manager Kevin Orr denied Pugh's request and told him to either return to work or resign. And then a couple of days later, during that month of June, that same year, he officially stripped Pugh of his responsibilities as the president of Detroit City Council. And he resigned in September of that year. Now this is where it really gets good. On June 26th of 2013, it was alleged that while serving as president of the Detroit City Council, Pugh had an inappropriate relationship with a male high school student aged either 17 or 18, whom he was mentoring at that time. Family spokesman Skip Mongo told reporters that Pugh was, quote unquote, in a position of authority where he tried to seduce this young man. News broke of the allegations. Pugh left Detroit allegedly in the middle of the night, went into hiding, requesting a 4-week medical leave, which was, we mentioned, was denied. On the 29th of that month, a police report was filed claiming a teenager was being groomed by Charles Pugh, though at first saying he could not disclose whenever any sexual activity took place. The family's already stated that there was no physical contact ever occurred. The teenager's mother complained of being accused of trying to extract a cash payment from Pugh after legal experts questioned why she contacted the lawyers before police. Now, Pugh's supporters, including colleagues and adolescent students who he was mentoring, said the allegations did not match his behavior in or out of class. Now, Jessica Cooper, who was the Oakland County prosecutor, said she would not file charges against Pugh as there was no evidence that he engaged in any wrongdoing. She said, quote unquote, we did not have enough probable cause to issue subpoenas. And you have to remember, this man was 18, which is the legal age of consent, basically. And it was now, the victim filed a civil lawsuit in the U.S. District Court of the Eastern District of Michigan, asking for $1.5 million in damages. On November 9th of 2015, the jury found in favor of Pugh's accuser, awarding him $250,000. In January of 2016, when Pugh's accuser attempted to recover the judgment by garnishing Pugh's wages, it's revealed that Pugh never ran any 2 restaurants in New York City, as he stated in the deposition. He said he had 2 restaurants, apparently, while he was in New York City, but it was revealed he never did. And it said that he was just a waiter in a soul food restaurant in Harlem, New York. Pugh dropped his appeal after entering meditation, with his accuser and agreed to a payment plan in April of 2016. In June of that same year, he was formally charged by the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and a warrant was issued for his arrest on 6 accounts of criminal sexual conduct, 3 each of first and third degree, for an incident in September of 2003. A conviction of first degree SCSC in Michigan is punishable by life in prison, while conviction of third degree SCSC is punishable by a maximum of 15 years in prison. He was formally taken into custody on June 23rd of 2016. Though coordination with the Detroit Police Department and the United States Marshal Services in Harlem, New York, to wait extraction from to Michigan and arraignment. Pugh was formally arraigned in front of Wayne County District Court Magistrate Miss, I cannot pronounce this word. Forgive me, folks. But somebody by the last name of Sherman, who entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Sherman ordered Pugh held on $500,000 bond and remanded him to the Wayne County Jail. On August 5th of 2016, son of a bitch. I gotta work on this problem. Wayne County District Court Judge Deborah Langston bond Pugh over for trial on 5 of the 6 felony counts, while dismissing 1 count of third-degree CSC. She reduced Pugh's bond to $150,000 cash. On October 26, 2016, Pugh pleaded guilty in Wayne County Circuit Court before Judge Thomas Cameron. His plea agreement called for him to plead guilty to 2 counts of third-degree criminal sexual conduct, while prosecutors dropped 3 counts on the first-degree CSC. His deal calls for him to serve between 5.5 to 15 years in prison and register as a sex offender for life. In the hearing, Pugh admitted to having sex with the victim at least twice in 2003 and 2004, when the victim was between the ages of 13 and 15. Cameron formally sentenced Pugh to those years in prison in November 9th of 2016. Now this hurts me because, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I had admiration and respect for this guy. As I said, I used to listen to his words on the radio, on TV. I mean, for members of the gay community, it'd be like, yeah, this man's one of us, and he's a professional. And then this happens. This goes along with other crooked politicians in the Detroit area, including Monica Conyers, who accepted bribes in a supposed sludge deal, which she's serving time in prison for. Her husband, John Conyers, who outraged a lot of radio stations across the country because he would lend his name to this bill in which record companies would have to be paid by all these radio stations just to play their artists on their air. And we, of course, cannot forget Kwame Kilpatrick, who I made a video of a couple months back, calling him out for the shit he did to the city of Detroit. He used city funds to finance his own personal needs. He basically fucked Detroit raw without any Vaseline, period. He's in prison here in Texas, and he still has yet to pay any restitution money like he's supposed to. He doesn't want to. He wanted to live like a thug. He wanted to be a star. You know, it breaks my heart when we see good people that have an authority position do these kind of things. Whether it's a politician, whether it's an actor, whether it's a musician, or a reality show personality, or any TV personality. It hurts us all. We used to look up to this guy. We used to look up to these individuals until we find out kind of bullshit they were doing behind people's backs. Gosh. Let me head out of here. I think the bottom line is that when you're in a big position, whether it's city council president, mayor, governor, even president, you got to keep yourself in check. You got to keep yourself in check at all times, because what you say, what you do, even behind the scenes, behind closed doors, will get out there eventually. I'm Dr. O. I'm about to head out of here for a while. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button and leave some comments below. I'll see you cats later.